There is a specific moment that every single person has, and if you haven't had this moment yet, I promise you, you will. Welcome to the Endeavor series. I am your host, Greysalemons. What happens when your whole world and everything you thought you knew was completely flipped upside down because you've encountered the real God? This is season 2, Wrecked by God, or for short, Wrecked. There is a specific moment that every single person has, and if you haven't had this moment yet, I promise you, you will. Most of us get to this moment for the first time in junior high, high school, or college, and for many of us, it's not just a one-time thing. It's the moment where you ask yourself, what is my purpose? What is my reason for being? What was I made for? And maybe you're out of college and you're still asking yourself that question. I spoke to someone yesterday who was saying, I don't know what my purpose, I don't know what I'm doing in my life. In today's episode, the first episode of Wrecked Season 2, we're gonna help you understand what your God-given purpose is and take action on it today, right now. So pause this video right now, go grab your notebook, go grab a fruit snack, maybe grab some lemonade, something tropical for this episode, because I want to hear about what you found out today about your God-given purpose in the comments. Please, because hearing about how you are growing and becoming more healthy spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically means the absolute world to me because I want to see you thrive. So here we go. Are you ready? I have 4 big points for you. Number 1, you have a unique God-given purpose, and if you think you don't, you do. You just don't know it yet. You just don't know it yet, and you will after this video. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So number 1, understanding your purpose has a lot to do with your story. What's your story? What's your testimony? What did you grow up in? Did you grow up maybe in a different country? Maybe you had something in your story that was difficult, a trial that built up to who you are today. What is your story? So write down in your notebook, in the next couple of lines, write down what is your story. You have one. I know you do. Tell me, as if we're having a conversation right now and I don't know who you are. 9 out of 10 times, that is your reason for why you are doing what you are doing. Teachers want to become teachers because of a teacher that taught them when they were younger, or someone wants to become a motivational speaker because there was a leader or a father figure in their life that taught them. For me, I didn't have a community of people, young adults who were pouring into me, young adults who were on fire for lifting each other up. I didn't have that. And so that's part of my purpose, part of my mission is to create community for people to continue to thrive and grow and become more healthy together. Okay, so now that you have your story, now write down what are you passionate about? Something creative, maybe it's something more engineering. It could be something fun. What's a conversation that you love talking about? What is something that drives you in your everyday life? Okay, point number 2. Your purpose is not about you. I know that's probably super confusing because you're like, wait, if I'm trying to find out who I am and my purpose, why is it not about me? Well, let's take a step back. My story is sharing endeavor, perseverance, grit, and I had a moment where I thought, why am I so passionate about this? Why am I talking about this? What is the purpose of endurance? What is the purpose of perseverance? And I went online. All of the things that I could find were your end goal purpose is to satisfy yourself, for self-fulfillment, becoming your best self. But you become your best self, and then what? Okay, if these are the answers I'm getting, it still doesn't feel fulfilling. It still doesn't feel right. And that's when I realized, oh, your purpose actually is not about you. It's about who you impact in the long run. So let's break this down. The development of your purpose is about you, but the outcome is about others. If your end goal is to satisfy yourself, you will not be satisfied. You will only temporarily be happy, but in the long run, you won't. There's so many stories, celebrities that say, I wish everyone was rich and famous so that they can understand that being rich and famous isn't actually fulfilling. You can't hold on to yourself. If you just trust yourself, you will get it wrong. But if you trust God, He will get it right. You are not perfect, but God is. And if you're thinking, what do you mean God can't mess up? Look at how screwed up this world is. Look at me, I'm not good enough. But what you might see as a screw up is what the Lord sees as a journey. The Lord sees you as beautiful. And as for the world, at the end of the day, God gives us free will for us to take action into the right direction or the wrong direction. A good parent already knows what's going to happen next when assisting their child through decision making because they've already been there. But at the end of the day, it's the child's choice to choose to obey or not. Okay, so we got point 1 and point 2 down. Point 3, the development of your purpose is about you. So your purpose is not about you, but the development of your purpose is about you. Romans 5:4 says, "We glory in our sufferings because we know suffering and trials build perseverance. Perseverance builds character, and character builds hope." It's the journey, the development of your character. How you respond in difficulty will reveal your true character. Now, what is character? I like to think of character as the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And how do you know if someone has good character? By their actions, how they treat people. Character building comes from the choices we make. Matthew 7:16 says, "By their fruit you will know them." All right, we got point 3 done. Last point, number 4. Let's recognize the difference between purpose and individual assignments. Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity. So purpose is the big picture goal. There are assignments and different levels that you go through in life in order to fulfill that purpose. During the journey, you're going to need endurance, perseverance, and grit. You need faith and hope to push through. There's going to be different intensities of trials as well. Perseverance is the consistency to achieve a goal, but grit is the capability to push through difficult circumstances. When you're going through different seasons, at the end of the race, not at the end of the race, because you are not competing with other people. It's a journey because you meet people along the way that will either be in place for a season to help you, for you to help them, to keep going through, because we're all doing the same thing called life together. In cinematic terms, because I love film, if we take a look at Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey structure, it's a universal storyline diagram of a character that goes through a journey, faces challenges, meets a mentor, and achieves victory. Let's take a deeper look. I love this diagram because even though this is the description of a film storyline, this is a very similar description of our own life storyline and how we go through different trials. So here's the hero's journey. We first start off in the ordinary world. Hero's starting place. Everyday life. This is before the journey starts. Number 2, call to adventure. Presented with an opportunity or calling or reacting to danger. This disrupts the normal world. It's the call to adventure, the call to action. Number 3, the refusal of the call. Self-doubt takes over, retreats back into comfort zone. You think, what? That's what I'm called to do? There's no way I can do that. I'm not qualified. He says, yes, you can, because I'm going to be with you along the way. As you're going along the way, you say yes to the call. You go on to point number 4, meeting the mentor. At this pivotal moment, a meeting with the mentor provides guidance, builds confidence, explains importance, encourages the hero to face the challenge. They offer wisdom. Number 5, crossing the threshold. Ready or not, the hero starts the challenge and faces fear of the unknown, leaves the normal world for the special world, entering the battle. You get to number 6. You have tests and challenges are faced. Enemies, you have allies, you have things that are coming against you. And remember, we are not fighting against flesh and blood. We are fighting against principalities and spiritual warfare. Point number 7. Final preparations leading up to the main challenge to the goal. Setbacks leading to new approaches. Just the build up. Number 8, the ordeal. Joseph Campbell refers to this as the belly of the whale. And this is the big challenge. Failure is not an option. This can be a highly tense affair with the heroes, metaphorically dying, followed by resurrection and ultimate success. This is the biggest part of your story. Remember when you wrote in part 1 what your story was? Probably the thing you wrote that was the most difficult season in your life. And it's who you are today because of that season. Number 9, reward. The hero is successful, has greater powers such as new knowledge, confidence, holds an alternative outlook, or receives a tangible reward. This goal is achieved. The reward. You have victory. The Lord is in you. Who can be against you? You will not fail. Number 10, the road back. Enemies might make a last-minute attempt to the hero's success. Point number 11, resurrection, a final battle. Failure can have drastic consequences in the normal world, uses new skills to overcome obstacle. Number 12, return. Hero returns to the normal world in a changed state. Any issues with the ordinary world, characters are resolved. Hero uses newly acquired knowledge to great effect. It starts all over again. This is the diagram of the trials that we have in our life and how we go through it. And we're going to have several of these in our life because the journey isn't over until we're called back home, until we go to heaven, until your life ends on earth. Always going to be constantly growing, learning, pushing through. I love cinema. I love storytelling. Last but not least, Point 4. Although we are given a purpose, we must put action to that purpose. Everything we just learned will go in the trash and have no effect if we don't put any action. Now, if you are used to manifesting or asking the universe to bring things to you, let me help you take it a step higher to the creator of the universe. When you give the Lord your yes, he will give you the guidance and everything you need to make it through. Another principle that I love to bring into our everyday lives is the growth mindset. I am capable, I am able, and I can because I have the Lord in me. And that is how you make things happen. Once you have your yes, then action happens and endurance is now part of the process. Hebrews 12:11 says, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." Fight the good fight, have endurance. The Endeavor series is meant to inspire and equip a generation to pursue their God-given purpose through a lifestyle of grit. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, and after that, please write in the comments what your specific God-given purpose is so that I can celebrate with you and we can push each other to achieve those things together. So expect to get up and do something after each episode. I look forward to seeing you more this season as we have some incredible guests that are sharing their God-given purpose and what they are doing now to accomplish the vision. And now it's time for you to get up and do something because your day is just beginning.